Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Eric Hoagland, General Contractor. We're picking right back off where we left off, as promised. Sorry, it was a little later than I had initially told you all, but we're back here at our piece. We've just taken it out of the box. No secrets there, but what I want to show you real quick is, if you did everything really well, had everything sealed up really well, taped up really well, you will get a result just like this. Everything turned out great, as you can see, because I want to show you everything. We had just a little bit leak out right here, which caused that to stick. So on over here, just crept right behind, right on the side, and just worked itself right here in this area. No big deal. That's why in the earlier videos, I pointed out that we always make everything about an inch longer than what we actually need. So at the end of the rainbow, we can fix things easily just like this, just by cutting a 1/2 inch off this side and cleaning it right up. What I wanted to point out to you though, we've already taken our sides off. They came off really easy. I just want you to see, if your product comes off easy, that just means you did a really good job on sealing it up and prepping it. It really should not take much effort at all. It ought to come right up off that back. The sides ought to be the same way. So if you're really struggling with your piece, getting it off and stuff, that's probably why. It's probably due to too many leaks and locking everything down. It should come off pretty simple, just like that. You can pretty much pick yours up and pull it right off by hand. That's awesome. That's exactly what you're wanting. If you have to fight this guy hard, then chances are, it all stems back to how you set it the box and everything like that. We are completely broke free. So now we're going to get all this undone. We're going to get everything sitting back up here, and we'll move right along with part 7. Okay, so far, all we've done, we were actually, I meant to tell you this on the front side and didn't. When we set that box, we actually set it, we caught it after the video, we actually set it a 1/2 inch off all the way around. No big deal, because I was going to end up sanding this perimeter anyway to shape it up so the sink would fall down easily. So we went ahead and adjusted that 1/2 inch around and just kind of clean cut it. And what I want to show you is with just adjusting that, what you want to do right out the gate is you want to check that sink. For any of you that are doing a sink, you want to check and make sure those fins there that are underneath to lock those clamps. So we actually adjusted on the back one. We should have been set to the front one. So when you're doing 5,000 things, it's easy to overlook something. But what you want to check to see is to make sure, just like that, that guy drops right down in there, no daylight around. Now, keep in mind, I siliconed all these on purpose so that the resin would be a 1/16 or so higher than the wood. It's just easier for me to sand it down. This is getting 4,000 grit anyway, rather than to try to get the wood to come down to the resin. So again, if you don't have a commercial planer, if you don't have a routing sled, anything like that, you're at the mercy of trying to sand this big finish, and it's a lot of additional extra work. We usually do a router sled on top of our big pieces, but today I'm going to do the manual, going through all the steps with the sanding. That's why we box it this way, because there's just a lot of people that don't have that equipment. I don't even have the commercial planer myself. Would love to have one. Very expensive. But right now, all we wanted to do, we just wanted to dummy test our sink. It fits like a champ. So when these get sanded down here just a little bit to get back down to the wood, this is going to sit picture perfect. So we're just going to go ahead and take this back out, and we're going to get started here on getting the resin down to the wood. Okay, so what I want to show you here, my sides usually come out pretty good. They're all taped. They all come out pretty good. just about every time. What happens is, and it can happen on the side. This side here is the only side that had something come through right here. And I must have had a little gap in the tape, and it was enough to get up under the tape and then lock that little patch in. But it doesn't matter because this was all squared up anyway to begin with. So now what we're going to do, we've already measured out here. Again, I made my top 1 inch longer than what I anticipated or what I needed so that I can always trim off. It's so much easier to get a straight line, trim that stuff off instead of sitting here trying to sand or fix this side. So we've got both of our sides marked right now just to clean them up and straighten them up. So I'm going to go ahead and cut those so that everything is rectangled up like it's supposed to be. Okay, so I just want to show you where we're at. I went ahead and got 3 of these done already. As you can see, I mean, they turned out beautiful. They're all the way completely smooth. You can use a number of things. Again, if you don't have a commercial planer, if you don't have a routing sled, if you don't have a hand planer, you still, believe it or not, have options. Maybe a softer, a belt sander, anything on the resin part. You definitely don't want an aggressive grit, but it will take it off rather fast. And, most of these here were doable for me because I had that silicone bead, if you remember. This is only about 1/16 of an inch above my wood. So it's not that hard at this point to get this down to the wood level, which is what I've already done. So I'm going to finish this last one up. If you have any amount bigger than that, or again, if your situation's a little bit different, then, it'd be a good idea to either a hand planer or, a routing sled or something to that degree. It might be wise to invest in one. I try to keep mine as tight as possible. Definitely don't want to get into all the wood trying to even out with the resin. Much easier to get the resin to even out with the wood. So a bunch of different ways you can do it, but I was just showing you. Those 3 are done. We had already dropped in the sink, so we know we're good there. The edges are finished out. So I've got my last one here to do. Then we're going to get ready for everybody's favorite part and oil the finish. Okay, so we finished out that last little section down at the end. I've already got it back here in the back room. All we did was clean it with 91% isopropyl alcohol. Just got all the dust off the resin and everything. As you can see, the cuts really turned out good. So now we're getting ready to do everybody's favorite part. We're going to go ahead and get this guy oiled up. The finish that I'm using is the clear Odie's oil. You get it off Amazon. Same finish I used last time. Just staying consistent because this is the same top as before, just a different section of it. So this is the main housing of the sink and so on. Start off with that right there. How many times you do it, that never gets old. Make sure you get it really good and conditioned. So we're gonna finish this guy up. And it's getting him coated here. And the only thing I'm going to do that you won't see, which is no big deal, in getting the rest of this coated, we're going to go ahead and wait the hour so we can bring you back after we buff it off, and we want to show you the final finish. So stay tuned, we'll be right back. So there you have it. We are finished up. This thing turned out just as pretty as ever. We already got our sink ready to go. Love how the edge is just lightened up, really heavy. Really want to thank you all for taking the time to watch. If you're just now seeing this for the first time, or you're just now tuning in, I've got parts 1 through 7 online, how to make this yourself, completely from start to finish. Turned out really super cool. He matches our other one over here that we already had done. So thanks everybody again. We've had a great time. Tune in next time. We'll be making another one real soon. Hope this helps a lot of people. And if you wanted to do it, now's the time. Don't be nervous. Don't be scared. It's a lot of work. I've got about 50 hours tied up into just this top right here. But the end results are really a lot of fun. Thanks a lot for watching. See y'all soon.